Hey guys, so for my final project, I'm going to tell you a little about the country of Chile and their communication styles. Chile consists of approximately 90% white people, and in Chile they are referred to as mestizos, and there's about 10% of the population that's referred to as Mapuche, which is the uh, mixed indigenous race there. So Spanish is the main language in Chile. 99.5% of the population speaks Spanish. And since it's such a widespread language there, it's pretty easy for tourists and visitors of other Spanish speaking countries to come to Chile and speak with the local people. Um, there is a term for Chilean slang. It's called Chilenismos. Um, it's a very distinctive sounding slang, I guess. So in Chile there is social ranks, which there's rich people and there's poor people. Um, the the upper class usually doesn't talk to the lower class unless they are getting a cab ride somewhere or if they have a maid cleaning their house or something like that. There's an apparent education difference in Chile. The upper class can afford to send their kids to private schools, and they the teachers get paid more there, so they get a better education. So unless a lower class individual gets lucky and gets to go to a private school for some reason, they don't really get that good of an education, so they're kind of just stuck in the lower class. And the lower class people live in like little tent cities and shanty towns outside of the bigger cities where the upper class people live. And the Chilean word for those camps is campamentos. In Chile, greetings are very important, so they put a lot of pride in it. They typically shake hands the first time they meet, and they usually only shake hands with people of the same gender. Uh, it's called an abrazo. That's the most common greeting among family members in Chile. They do a handshake and a hug, and sometimes a kiss on the cheek accompanies that interaction. Eye contact is a huge piece of meeting someone in Chile. They believe in direct eye contact during the entire interaction of the conversation. Um, it's typically seen as a sign of respect to greet the most senior person at a gathering first. Family life is big in Chile. They often refer back to their family for advice and in time of need. The lower class is especially reliant on their family, so I thought that was pretty cool that despite their struggles and um, style of living, that they cherish their family time and they would do anything for each other. Also, I learned that in Chile, gifts are accepted. Chilean people openly welcome them, but gifts that are sharp, like knives or scissors, are typically given with the intention of severing ties with someone. So avoiding those type of gifts is wise. Common gifts that would be accepted at Chilean homes would be a bottle of wine or chocolate to show your appreciation for them inviting you over. Chileans are typically expressive and boisterous in their communications. They use a lot of emotions in their interactions. They often jut in on conversations if they feel strongly, and they interrupt often, and it's not frowned upon to interrupt in conversation. So in the business place, it's not uncommon for them to be about a half hour late every day. They are kind of laid back in that aspect. They're pretty flexible. It's not considered disrespectful to show up late or leave early. They don't really have a rigid business structure. Chileans are very relationship driven, so whether it be in their personal life or business, people typically try to build strong relationships with one another by using small talk and giving gifts to each other, as I mentioned before. Chileans tend to stray away from confrontation, so they are easygoing people. Aggressive behavior in Chile is frowned upon. Another thing I found interesting is that smoking is very common in Chile. Many students and adults take part in it, and they love to watch soccer and play soccer. So if you ever go to Chile, a great way to start a conversation with someone is to talk about soccer. They're very passionate about it. I guess that's what I got for you about the country of Chile. Thanks for tuning in.